Alibaba is a marketplace where you, me, and well, everyone else can buy pretty much anything online. Like seriously, there are military tanks, fidget spinners, clothes, and these products are all sold by suppliers who upload products to the site. So it is your classic marketplace, but with a lot more products. And also more buyers than the typical marketplace. In September 2018, they had 666 million users in 1 month. One of the core problems with marketplaces like this is trust. In this video about Alibaba, I want to talk about the economics of trust. What the problem of trust is with trying to let suppliers and customers from all around the world meet on a platform like Alibaba. Trust is a problem because there's an information asymmetry between buyers and sellers in any marketplace. I will give you an example from the first car I ever bought. I needed a car for work, so I went online and I looked for various options, and I found a really cheap car. Like a really, really cheap car. So I went to look at it and I bought it. And the next day, when I was supposed to start the car, it didn't start. So like it was completely dead, not even a sound. I felt that feeling in the stomach when you feel something is wrong, you know. So I called the guy who sold it to me, and he told me there was something wrong with the battery. And the thing with the battery, he said, was that you have to take off the cords from the battery at night because otherwise it will discharge. It was clear that he had this problem before and that he knew this, but he didn't tell it to me whenever I bought the car. So what I did with this car was that after every single trip, I opened up the front and took off the cords from the battery. Well, this was like a pain for me, and the bigger problem is a lot worse than just my personal experience. Think about a car market where all the cars that are sold are the same model and are sold for the exact same price. But some of the cars have some issues, like battery discharging. But the issues are only known to the sellers, not the buyers. So let's consider two possible prices for two types of quality of cars. The price for a bad, defective car, and these I've learned are called lemons in the US, and price for a good car, and these are called peaches. In the market, let's assume that the seller know if their car is bad or good. But here's the interesting part. The customers don't know which car is good or bad. So all the cars has to be sold for the same price. The average price of all cars. Naturally, the average price of cars will be above the price for bad cars, but below the price for good cars. Meaning, sellers of bad cars will make a profit because they get more for the car than it is worth. And at the same time, sellers of good cars would make a loss because they get less than the car is worth. Well, only the sellers of bad cars will try to sell them. Meaning all the good cars will not be sold because the sellers of the good cars don't want to sell their good cars for the lower price. And this is a slippery slope. The more owners of the good cars start to realize that they will never get the price they deserve for their car, the more they will leave the market. So the end scenario is that all cars are just like shit cars. This problem is described in a paper called The Market for Lemons by George Akerlof, who later got the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. And in marketplaces, this problem had made pretty much all the marketplaces introduce ratings and reviews, which is what we will be looking for in the next video, how to design for trust. Until then, if you like this video, please consider subscribing.